Still spying on the neighbors?
Hi.
We're the Joneses.
I keep describing Atlanta as being very user-friendly. There's wonderful things to do, and it's a very friendly and quiet town.
I feel like I completely lucked out with the perfect locations for this film.
Well, this is my 5th feature in Atlanta, and I find it a very hospitable place to shoot.
Atlanta's been really fun. We've been living in Inman Park. I love that whole hood.
The people are great. The food is great. So many good restaurants.
Sometimes it's nice to get out of the cul-de-sac, huh?
That looks like a real snake.
Snake one, that's real cobra.
Do you have tab?
The locations on this particular film, one of the most important ones was our MBI, where Jeff Gaffney works.
Jeff Gaffney works in human resources. I wouldn't be doing my job if we didn't go over a couple of exercises, okay? So, grab a stress ball.
Maybe you should just write us up. That might be easier.
The HR world made me laugh. Although it's a small part of the movie, it's a part that I really enjoyed.
We ended up using a Chinese company called Sany, south of the city, in Peachtree City. Beautiful modern building. So we were really able to maximize their space and get a lot of production value there.
This is what I love about HR. You learn these little intricacies about people. Margaret's gonna show us the meaning of trust.
In our film, Jeff is a beer connoisseur, and our first day of shooting was at a local Atlanta brewery called Red Brick that we took over and turned into What Ails Ya, which is a really fun set to kind of start the film on, kind of set the tone.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
I figured I could use a hobby.
Instead of glass blowing.
Right.
I mean, it's a cool hobby, but it's probably not as manly as you'd like.
One thing I've never done before is do a big action scene. In this case, we really storyboarded with a second unit director who's also the stunt coordinator.
We've started a sequence where the Gaffneys come to meet their security guy they're getting some information from.
Carl.
Yeah.
Got like a red dot on your forehead.
Yeah, it's called adult acting, thank you very much.
Then some bad guys show up and start shooting at them.
It's the Joneses!
Get in the car now.
Help!
You can't be serious.
I was making a head start! On your what?
We handpicked our actors. We knew they're the right people for this job, and all of our stunt performers. So this is what we wanted as far as building this sequence up. It's been years and years of tireless work to get here.
I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
It was important to me to not do a green screen version of the scene. I wanted to see Zach climbing out the back of a car with a broken window. I just felt I'd get a better scene if I put them in a moving car and they were all genuinely scared.
Hello, sweetie. No, the cookies are for both of you. We'll just split the last one.
Just split the cookie! Split the cookie!
Lots of big stunts here, lots of explosions and gunfire and crashing motorcycles.
Lots of adrenaline, lots of spinning in the car, and I feel very, very privileged to be working with these people.
The chase scenes were pretty intense, and my department had a good bit of contribution to that. So it was kind of fun creating that world for stunts and everyone to crash through.
That was perfect.
Well, I don't know if you're the one to say that.
One of the things that was hard to figure out was where we could shoot Marrakesh. The location we found was in an open-air mall in Atlanta. They had to find all the extras and dress them and fill it with artifacts, and they did an amazing job. I actually think it's like one of the best-looking scenes in the film.
It was just gorgeous and beautiful, and everyone were wearing like the original clothes that they wear over there. I loved it there.
You gotta be kidding me.
You are here in Marrakesh.
What?
I don't want you to turn around right now, but there are 4 guys in fezzes behind you on the back. Jeff, I just said don't turn around.
I know, but you said there are 4 guys in fezzes behind me.
We're in Morocco. There's a lot of fezzes.
Everybody get down!
Honestly, I've had so much fun on this movie.
It's really fun, but you realize that there's a lot of hard work and setup and preparation that goes into all of those things. Watching us run around Atlanta and jump out of buildings and jump into pools and crash through windows and spin cars around should be fun, and it has been.
You must be Jeff. I'm Tim. This is my wife, Natalie.
We're the Joneses. Nice to meet you, Jeff.
This is kind of the old-style romantic action comedy where there was funny elements to it, but the action was real and the stakes were high.
The world can be a very dark and disturbing place.
Think about it. How great would that be if you had a couple of neighbors that were deep cover spies that were super good at killing people and they were your friends?
You have a fascinating job.
I'm not advocating murder. Talk it out.
You broke into our house. What kind of neighbors are you?
You planted a bug in our house. What kind of neighbors are you?
You know, they kind of have a point.
On a count to 3, we're gonna run, okay? 1, 2. Jeff!
Oh my God!
I said 3!
Jeff, please, would you just get in the car?
I was making a head start.
On your wife?
Well, I mean, it's sad to say about society, but I think people are drawn to good-looking people.
I'm picking up a slight accent. Is that Pittsburgh?
It's fun to think about John Hamm and Gal juxtaposed with normal suburban dorks like I would be if I lived in the suburbs.
Get in the car, now!
Let us get on with our stupid little lives!
When I get killed out here, get in the car.
And to have the Joneses threaten them to their core about who are they and how do they compare. And I think that's a very topical thing right now. In the digital age, it's sort of impossible not to compare yourself to the beautiful lives you see on Instagram and Facebook.
There was just so much comedy to be mined from a suburban couple with their proverbial noses pressed to the glass, looking at the neighbors for the life they don't have.
Welcome to the sexy and exciting world of international espionage and covert operations.
The camaraderie is very, you can taste the camaraderie on set, and sometimes it tastes awful.
Here's the thing about trust. Once it's gone, bad things happen.
It's really hard. I mean, the chemistry obviously doesn't work. We fight all the time.
This is what we do. Automatically we go to Hebrew, and then it's going to be a whole thing.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we're one big happy family. It's my first time shooting a comedy, and everyone are just trying to make everyone else happy and make them laugh.
That's really funny.
Zach and I have known each other for a long time, and there was an opportunity to work with him on something longer than a 2.5-minute internet thing.
Isn't this a blast? Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Characters couldn't be more different in the film, and we're much more similar in real life.
I don't have a man crush.
Yeah, Johnny and I laugh at the same things, which I feel bad for him for that. We're about the same age. Believe it or not, we're the same species. And I knew John before he was suave John. He's a funny man, and to be handsome and funny is a bit unfair, don't you think?
There was a scene like in the Snake restaurant where Zach's very drunk and John, and he's kind of pressing him, trying to get some information from him.
I'm in HR. There's a certain wall of secrecy around me, so.
You could tell me, but you'd have to kill me.
I'll probably just get in trouble from corporate.
I know you wouldn't actually kill me. It's just an expression, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
I told John, just be really impatient with this guy. And there were some takes that ended up in the movie because they're very funny.
Okay, that's a live snake!
Yes, Jeff, it's a snake restaurant.
Yeah, but Panda Express, they don't serve panda. Do they?
Those guys are great at trying it any other way that I asked them to try it.
Chinese, for example, they don't even have a word for a street like this.
Well, for cul-de-sac?
No. I mean, they would say Qing Li He Ling Hun Yu Kuai Le Di Feng, which is loosely happy place of heart and mind,
right.
But it doesn't really capture the
But it's cool coming out of your mouth.
I think I relate to Karen because for the most part, I'm at home with my kids and my day revolves around, cooking meals and doing carpool and And for Karen, she revels in the opportunity to break out of the world that she's in.
Do you and Jeff have a thing?
Yes. We do it really fast in case the kids come running into our room.
Gal and I have a lot in common. I joke and I call her my on-set husband because she's Israeli and so is my husband. They're both really tall and dark, and we had to do a make-out scene in the movie.
Come on, show me what you think is sexy. I have a wife now. My husband might be surprised to see me, to see the way I act next to when I'm near Isla.
I've been living a lie also.
What is happening to my life?
It was so good.
So often, female characters in comedies, you're rolling your eyes while the boys get to be funny. But Karen, she holds her own. I've got to do so many good bits.
We could be back in any second. What are you staring at?
We took over a neighborhood for the better part of 3 weeks, and everybody was incredibly gracious to let us use basically their whole neighborhood. So thank you, and sorry about that.
And action.
Today we're going to be blowing up a house, or simulating blowing up a house. So we have all the windows replaced on the front of the house with breakaway glass. Behind them are propane cannon mortars. About ready to go. Here we go.
What I think Greg Mottola does so well in his films is bring an element of reality and heart. And you can look at his past films, whether it's Superbad or Adventureland. His stock and trade is bringing real emotion to even heightened comedic situations.
Dr. Flats.
I'm a huge Greg Mottola fan, and he's surpassed my greatest hopes for working with him. He just comes up with stuff to do. Last night we were shooting a scene in a mall, and he severed the mannequin's sort of legs so that they were at a certain height so that I could peek over the top and do a bit of slapstick.
10 years, 30 countries, nobody finds us out, and we couldn't even last a week in suburbia. Can I play, please?
From my character standpoint, the interesting thing about him is that he's a little bit of a reluctant spy. He happens to be very good at espionage, but he doesn't necessarily like it.
You and I live in a world where everybody lies and everybody hides everything and obfuscates, but not Jeff Gaffney.
That is complete horseshit.
Tim doesn't enjoy all the lying and the manipulations, while Natalie is all about that. Natalie loves that.
Well, calling me a pussy in Hebrew is not helping things.
Skills I really had to hone on this job were to not look like I was a big fatty next to Gal. It's sort of keeping my stomach sucked in and trying to not have as much gray hair and not look like her grandfather.
You can't torch a man's scrotum and expect him to speak.
You'll be surprised.
I knew Gal. We did a lot of catwalking together, she and I, on the runways of Milan, and she was 18 and I was, God, I must have been 22.
Oh my God, can we please waterboard them and get this over with?
Part of the attraction of doing this film for me was to play something that's a little bit different than the thing that you're mainly known for. To get to do these action elements. It's fun.
Get back, get back, get back!
He has got to do an action movie because anything physical, he's just brilliant at.
Pictures up.
Oh, shut it, the Joneses!
John's a really good driver. He did some of the driving himself.
One thing I've never done before is a big action scene like that. And it was important to me to not do a green screen version of the scene. I just felt I'd get a better scene if I put them in a moving car and they were all genuinely scared.
Get out of the way so I can see.
It was fun, it was fast, lots of adrenaline, lots of gun machines, lots of spinning in the car.
You know, I wanted to see Zach climbing out the back of a car with a broken window and hanging off the end of it.
Throw it! Throw it! Cut!
It's like now we're officially an action comedy at this moment.
Then the Joneses and the Gaffneys have painted themselves into a corner, and there's only one way out.
There's a pool down below. It's our only chance.
Let's just jump out of the building into a pool.
Okay. Whoa, where are you going?
No!
Jump, jump, jump! It's okay, everybody, it's okay!
Fortunately, we don't have to do the actual jump. That will be handled by stunt people, but the beginning and the end, that's where I get to really excel. Watching us jump out of buildings and crash through windows and spin cars around should be fun, and it has been.
My primary attraction in this ridiculous, high-concept situation is to go back to the mundane realities of trying to make a relationship work.
I think they're having sex. God damn it, we don't have time for this. I mean, they're supposed to be here in 45 minutes. Nope, they are done.